Good evening, welcome to this week's video. This week hopefully a bit of a double header, going for some hopefully some sunset shots, and then hopefully some Milky Way astro shots. This week come down to Portland Bill, down on the South Jurassic coast, down at Portland Bill Lighthouse, and the sort of out on the point. There's various options down here, so just walking down now and then show you where I am. Okay, I had a bit of a mare start, to be honest. The car park down here, all the car parking meters are out of order. You've got to pay by phone or pay by app, and sure enough there's no phone service, so I've been trying to find a service, get on the app, finished up, gave up. There's a pub just up the road that if you go in there and have a drink, something to eat or whatever, they will let you park there. But I've just gone in and had a friendly word with the landlady, and she's quite happily let me park there, which was very kind of her. Okay, first shot this evening, just taking up this low level light that's picking up on these rocks and showing some textures, and then the lighthouse in the background. I've got the house there and this obelisk here on the either side of the frame, just framing it, and the lighthouse smack dead center on the top third, and then these textures in the bottom. Shooting ISO 64 f9 on the 60th of a second. I've taken a couple of focus points, taken one obviously on the middle, the foreground rocks, and then another one on the lighthouse behind. So yeah, just waiting for the sun to go down a little bit more, and then hopefully just dampen the light slightly and get a bit of colour in the sky then. So the Z7000 getting its initial outing this evening, so see how we get on with it. Okay, so this shot, just using the old frame that's here, the old lifting frame, so set quite close to it, using this here as a foreground in the bottom left hand corner, bottom right hand corner, sorry, and then leading into the shot, leading up through, leading up in, and then we've got the lighthouse there in that gap. With the sun breaking on this rusty iron, it's giving it a nice red, so yeah, it's looking quite nice. Okay, so I've just bumped the exposure up on the screen there so that you can see, but as you can see, got the frame here leading up through, and if I drop the exposure again so that the highlights, you can see that that lighthouse there off in the distance. Yes, looking quite nice. So get this shot, get a couple of exposures, get a couple of focuses, and then I've got plenty to play with and blend at the end when I get it back home. So sun is probably about 20 minutes or so from dropping behind the horizon, so then we can move and maybe look at some different locations. Okay, I'm just checking out the pulpit rock here. Just trying to get some angles really later for the Milky Way. The Milky Way should be over behind here somewhere, hopefully. So we've got some nice side lighting at the moment. So just taking a standard shot. Pulpit rock over there on the third. This bit of a rock here with a light catching on it as a foreground. Sort of leading out around into it. So gonna maybe edge around a bit further and maybe just see if I can get a better, slightly better angle than what I've got here. Yeah, so we've got the sun setting now to my right. This pulpit rock, I think, it's possibly going to be one of the main subjects for the Milky Way shot later, as long as we get clear skies. I want to use the lighthouse as well, see if we can do something with that, and maybe even that old framework that's over the other side. So we've got several options here that we can play around with. So let's get a couple more shots before this, well, we've got this light, and then we can have a bit of a breather, have a bit of a break, cup of coffee before we start thinking about the astro. Okay, so I've come back a bit further. Now we're just getting this sunlight breaking on this side of this rock here in front of me, leading out through. From this angle you can see the gap between the rock, one leaning against the pulpit rock. So yeah, shooting at f11 ISO 64 1/6 of a second now. Again, taking a couple of focus points. Okay, so what I'm doing now, this light's fading, is just taking a couple of slow exposures, and then because the light's so low now, I'm just getting a nice slow exposure, sharp shot on that rock that later on, if need be, I can always use it as blend it in as a foreground on the Milky Way that we get from here. Okay, so we're now just after midnight and we're now shooting the Milky Way. Obviously, because it's dark, I can't show you the composition or anything, but let me just spin you around and I'll just show you the settings that I've got for the last shot. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that there in the camera. That's the composition I've got using that crane that we shot earlier on with the Milky Way going over the top. Currently shooting at 15 seconds f4, which is the maximum on this Z7000 lens, kit lens that I've got. And shooting at ISO 320. Quite impressed with the low light focusing on this Z7000 for the astro. Seems to be focusing very well on a very faint star, and also the even at 3200 there doesn't seem to be a great deal of noise in the image either. So far well impressed. Okay, so we've come out. We had got some shots with a lighthouse as well, but we've had some cloud cover come over, which has screwed us for the Milky Way for a minute or two, but it looks like it may blow through. So we're going to hang around for a bit and see how things turn out. So not giving up just yet. Okay, so back in the van. Yeah, fairly successful nights of astro shoot, as well as obviously I haven't been able to talk you through too much on the settings, etc., because it's a bit dark, but I'll put a link up to one of the other videos where I did manage to do a little bit more an earlier date. So I'll just put some images up, let you have a look and let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching, and if you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscription button and the notification bell, and also give the video a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated, and drop a comment down below. It's always nice to get some feedback. So until next time, take it easy.